Corey.
It's your boy John.
And welcome back to the Artistry Drop, where we feature stories from today's rising artists.
Let's go.
If you like being inspired, don't miss out on our weekly episodes, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be notified when we drop new episodes.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we're going to dive right in. Our guest today is a chef and content creator from San Diego. She was a contestant on Gordon Ramsay's Next Level Chef and is super passionate about sharing her Lao food and culture to the world. Guys, please welcome Hey, welcome to the show. Appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
Yeah, and you are our first Lao guest, and I know John is very excited because I brought on so many Filipino guests, and because I'm half Filipino, and he hasn't been able to bring on. So I'm glad we got our first Lao guest on the show.
Yes.
Gang, John, gang.
Let's go.
Hey, thank you for being here once again. But before we dive into your story, we got to get to the drink of the day.
All right, the drink of the day is the Artistry Drop Special. It's a Thai tea cocktail. This is my first time actually making Thai tea from scratch. I actually brewed the Thai tea last night, and I had it sit and brew for an hour and a half. And then, so this morning, I made it and I put some evaporated milk. Also, for alcohol, I put Screwball, which is peanut butter whiskey, and then Kahlua, which is coffee infused alcohol.
Nice.
And and just evaporated milk, topped it off with a little mint, and that's it.
Wanna cheers it?
Cheers it.
Cheers. Big ears.
Good to a good podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is very
The
good.
artistry of this.
Yes. I figured that peanut butter would be a good mix because a lot of things in Thai as well. They have Thai skewers, which is marinated in peanuts.
Satay.
Yeah. And pad Thai, we always have crushed peanuts. So I was like, I think instead of putting regular whiskey, I think peanut butter whiskey would go good. So
That's sick. It's very creative. I
It's
love
good.
it.
Yes.
It's good.
I'm gonna need a couple of these.
Oh yeah, I got some more. I got some more for you.
Hey, well, we're gonna dive right in and get to A's story. So, you were on Next Level Chef, and I had seen the episode you were on in which you created the Lao shrimp salad. It looks so good though. I was like, I want to eat that right now.
It did look good,
but
yeah.
and you ended up winning that challenge with the judges loving the dish. What was going through your head the entire time as you were preparing and cooking up the salad?
Oh man, so that episode was a double elimination, right? So I was going against two really, really tough guys. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. If this is my last dish that I make for the judges, it has to be Lao. So the challenge was shrimp, and I'm like, I got this shit on lock, okay?
Yeah.
But then everybody was like, when everybody was asking me, hey, what are you gonna make? I'm like, I'm gonna make a salad. They're like, why the fuck? You're going through an elimination. Why would you make a salad? And I'm nah, this one's gonna be fire. Because Lao cuisine has a lot of fresh ingredients, salads like lap and yum, all that stuff. I couldn't really make lap because I needed padek for that, which is fermented fish sauce, so I couldn't do that. But then the closest,
didn't let you bring it, or
bro,
what?
I'm telling you, I had a mortar pesto.
Okay.
I had fish sauce, and I had padek in my hotel room. I would hug it to sleep every fucking night. They wouldn't let me bring it,
really?
Right? But I brought it with me, and I'm like, can I bring that? They're like, no, it's only the ingredients that we give you. Because basically Next Level Chef is you gather. There's a platform. The ingredients go down, and you pick whatever ingredients, and you have to make something.
Right.
So I guess it's unfair if I brought my own shit.
Okay. I
You
see.
know?
Yeah.
But every time after shooting, I would go to my room and hug that shit to sleep. I'm like, I need you so bad.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
One question I had is Gordon Ramsay. The way we portray Gordon Ramsay on TV, is he really an asshole in person?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's very subjective, right? Because us growing up Lao, my dad would yell at me, and that would be love for me,
Right.
So yeah, he would yell, and he'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you making?" I'm like, "I don't know, sir. Good question. I don't know what the fuck I'm making." You ask me, and I'm asking my damn self. But a lot of people, there were contestants that would cry whenever he would yell or be too intense. But me, I thought it was love. I'm like, oh my god, he's giving me attention. How toxic is that? How toxic is that? I don't look relationships this way, by the way.
Do you think that was also kind of a facade though? Is it just for TV, you think, or is that how he actually is though?
50-50, I would say, because of course he has a persona that he has to, he has to keep.
Right.
But I think if you meet him, he's so not endearing, but it's like very fatherly and very caring, you know, like he really wants you to do your best. Yeah. So when he's yelling at you, he's like, hey, I'm disappointed. I know you could have done better. Like he really believes in you and he really wants to help you. So I feel like that, you know, how genuine that is. Like I love it. You know, if it's criticism, I'll take it all day, man. Like, you know, like I'm used to criticism and rejection and all that. I fucking trained myself to accept it. You know? Cried many tears.
Right. And I've seen him, the way he talks to his children is very lovingly. Like he doesn't yell at him or anything. So I think, like you were saying, that makes sense. Like how it's 50-50. You know? Yeah. That does make sense.
But he cares. And that's, I think that's what means the most. It's like so genuine. Yeah. Like, he's just super genuine and wants you to do great. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you know, everybody knows about like Thai food, but not, and pretty much every other Asian food, but not a lot of people know about Lao food. And the fact that you went on national TV and represented Lao food as the first Lao chef on the show is crazy. You know, it's so dope to meet someone that represents us as like Southeast Asians. And since we're kind of like a hidden gem when it comes to, you know, Asian people, because not a lot of people know about us.
Yes.
How was that feedback after the show, since you were basically like the face of Lao culture?
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. It was amazing. I mean, I feel like after that episode that Corey was talking about, I had so much love, like so many DMs, emails, everything, and was saying like, thank you so much for the representation, you know, like I saw myself in you and repping you, like whatever it is, like, you know, win or not, like we love you, sis, you know. And then I think the proudest moment, John, the proudest moment for me was when badass Asian bitches was like giving me love, okay? Because I feel like culturally, like, you know, Asian women, usually we just like kind of judge each other and stuff, you know, like, but I feel like our generation is so much love, so much support. Like I see what you're doing, you know, and like I'm out there like showing love to other women, but I feel like the biggest win for me is just women coming together, you know, my people, you know, like girls that look like me, you know, that are like, hey, we're a team and thank you for the representation. And I feel like, God, man, I have purpose in my life, you know, and like I truly think that my purpose in life is to share Lao food and culture to the world. Like no matter how I do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, that's dope. And you know, my mom and my sister are big fans of you too.
So I love that.
You know,
thank you.
of course. And we've had a lot of big guests on this show, and but you know, they're like, oh yeah, John just moved to LA. He's doing his podcast, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they always see my guests, but they didn't really care until I had you. And they're like, oh, she's on there? How'd you do that? You know, they're giving me the props. I'm like, oh, damn, I really made it.
That's awesome. I got you. That's awesome.
You know, even for me too, like I've never experienced Lao food until I met this guy. And you know, we've been best friends for almost 10 years, 10 years or so. And after I tried the Lao food, I was like, damn, this shit is fucking good. It is good, you know. So that's why even I'll have to, sometimes I'll request like, can you I don't even know some of the names, but I'm like, you know, that one dish.
Like, no, he's a really big fan of lap. My mom makes really good lap.
Lap is so good.
It's good.
It is really good. And then the papaya salad, you know, I even previously I never ate papaya salad before meeting him, you know. So it was like, even it was just a whole new world for me.
You gotta do it Lao style too.
Oh yeah,
you gotta do it Lao style. That's the only
he was
way.
teaching us when we would have like a Lao night, and then we would have like a Filipino night where we take turns. Like he'll cook the Lao food, I'll cook the Filipino food, and just have a night where we actually eat each other's like cultures and the food and stuff. You know,
and you know, Friendsgiving is coming up, so you know, making up some Lao food. Okay,
you're invited.
I'm trying to get some tips from you too, because I know you said you're gonna make us pie salad after this. So I got all the ingredients. You know, I got my notebook. I'm gonna be like, all right, I need the official way how to make it. You know,
I'll be eyeballing everything too. So don't be asking me how many tablespoons. I don't fucking know.
That's how a real chef does it.
Yeah, you pour it until your ancestors tell you to stop.
Of course.
Yeah, that's how a real chef does it.
My mom's the same way.
Yeah. You know, we got to take it back, because obviously you are a chef. But at what point did you decide going into culinary was something you wanted to do?
I always loved cooking. I always loved hosting, and you know, when I moved to America, so I'm from Laos, and I moved here for college, and I studied finance because my parents told me to study money if you want to make money, you know? And then I was in banking and then investments and all that stuff. And then I just was really unfulfilled with my life. You know, I did everything right, and I'm like, well, this kind of sucks. But I would always throw like dinner parties and stuff for my friends, and they just loved it so much. So I was like, how do I do something that I love and make money and not have to be miserable every day. Like my alarm used to say, "You're too good for this shit, bitch," at 6 a.m. every morning. You know, like that's sad. That's fucking sad, guys. Sad. You know, like I'm like, I need to stop. You know, but then so then I'm like looking around, you know, corporate office, and I'm like, how the fuck can I make money, you know, with these people? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start slanging meal preps for yuppies and stuff, right? Because I was like, you know, I was a yuppie myself, and I sometimes didn't have time to cook and would eat out, and I just saw that, and I started selling to my coworkers, to my friends, all of that, and then one day I was at work, and you know, I felt like something was fucked up at work, and I stood up for myself, and you know, my boss wasn't cool. So I was like, fuck you, bye. And then I'm like, wow, it was like the most liberating and the most scariest feeling ever. You know, I was proud that I stood up for myself, and I'm like, oh, fuck, now what?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I'm going to go full throttle with the shit. Yeah. So and that was like just right before the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
So it was like January, I quit. January 23rd, 1, 2, 3, up and onward. And, you know?
Hey, 1, 2, 3.
And then I just started being really serious with it, and I just was on social media. And how I got clients was I would do like these giveaways, right? And I would be like, oh, giveaway, tag people. And bro, I was like super like demographic. I was like, I'm gonna give it to a black guy, Mexican girl, Filipino chick, you know, white dude. And then I gave it to all these communities, and I'm like, here's free 5 meals. And then people started talking about me, right? Talking about me, the buzz, because you have to cook good food if you're gonna sell food.
Right.
So I started doing that, and then pandemic happened. Boom! All restaurants were closed. Ring, 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 ring. All the orders, baby. You know. So that was like it was a blessing in disguise for sure, the pandemic. You know, of course, it fucking sucked, and I went through depression and shit. But I made some money though.
You made some money.
No, you know what? That sounds exactly like us, because I feel like during the pandemic, everybody was trying to find something where we can start making money and stuff, you know, like that. I mean, obviously for us, it was more like in content. So we were, you know, we stuck with content. We were streaming, gaming, and all this other stuff, and trying to
TikTok,
trying to find creative ways to make income too, as well as, you know, like, because like for me, I got laid off because my job, being a videographer, wasn't even something that they needed anymore, you know. So I was like, fuck, like, okay, well, I got to get this unemployment money, and then I also got to find other ways to make some money, you know. And that's just how it was during the pandemic, and I'm glad you actually, you know, did what you did, because now look at you. You know, you blowing up.
I'm trying, man.
No, you're doing it though. So no, congrats to you though.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
1, 2, 3. You had to go.
I had to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, but going into your videos, you know, I think the video where you were promoting Sabati Fest, you know, you had that audition skit with C-Craig, aka, you know, King Buck Dumb. I think that shit was hilarious. Before you started cooking, did you ever think about like being a comedian, or you know, making YouTube skits or anything like that?
Man, dude, everybody tells me to do stand-up. I'm fucking scared. Like, I'm super terrified.
But you have all this confidence. How can you be scared?
I think you would make a good stand-up comedian too.
Thank you. I guess it'll be on my wish list for next year or something, you know, just to do it. But I think doing that was really cool too, because you just start getting used to, you know, learning how to take rejection. And it'll just, you know, character building, man. Character building through trauma. You feel me?
Facts. And being on stage is like a whole different
it's a whole different vibe. Because I can be funny in front of my camera and like, you know, make the TikToks and stuff. And it's crazy how immediately I stumbled on being, you know, a content creator is because I quit my job, and I was like, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Let's fucking go, you know? And it's so crazy because once you start being authentically yourself, it is crazy how many opportunities come to you, you know, and, you know, create, and the opportunities they create on your own as well. But I just love that freedom to just be me and not feel like, oh my God, is this job going to fire me because I said this or said that? You know, it's just like speaking my mind and being relatable. And my mission is like, it circles back to Lao culture, like what relatable content can I create, you know, that Lao kids can be like, wow, you know, I see myself and all that, because I didn't have that growing up. But you know, I'm in my 30s on TikTok, and these Lao kids are watching me like, NTA, dude, NTA, this fucking auntie now.
You got a whole family now. Whole family behind you.
You know, that's what Artistry Drop is all about too. Is like bringing on people that like can be themselves. We don't want you to create a facade around yourself on the podcast. We want you to be yourself, you know? So the fact that, you know, that's what you're all about, like, this is you, that's awesome. Because I like seeing people how they actually are versus like a facade, you know, because there are so many other content creators, I feel, that create a facade because it's social media, obviously, right? but this is you.
Yeah,
right.
but I'm gonna tell you that is so true because I
Right.
would collab with other content creators,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
big and small creators, and some of these motherfuckers, man, they are different when the camera is off. I'm like, bruh, you bland as hell. You bland. Like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's crazy because
Yeah.
I've had a couple of people that I've collabed with, and then right when we say cut, they're like, hey, thank you so much for being exactly how you are on the internet. And I think never understood it until I met some bland ass motherfuckers. I mean, no hate, no hate, but like, no hate, but add some seasoning to your soul.
Facts.
Everybody needs some seasoning.
They do. Well, like I said, that's what Artistry Drop is all about, and we want to have the realness here.
Yes.
No facades.
That's why I knew you were perfect.
You raw dogging today.
Okay, well, you know what? We have a little show that we created called the Artistry Roulette, and we're gonna get right into it.
Yeah. So this is a game show here on the Artistry Drop. We want to bring something new and exciting to the show.
Surprising you.
So today we're gonna play a game called Artistry Roulette. Here's how the game is gonna go.
Oh God.
You're gonna choose a number between 1 and 10. Each number will contain a random question which you only have 15 seconds to answer. You'll answer a total of 6 questions, and each question that goes over 15 seconds will cost you a sip of that drink.
Oh God. I'm sipping this already. Okay.
Are you ready?
I guess. Y'all set me up. Like, what the fuck?
We had to.
All right, so you got to choose a number between 1 and 10, and you only have 6 of them that you have to choose.
Yeah.
7.
7. Okay. What is your favorite genre of film and why?
Timer starts.
Horror.
Horror. Why?
Yeah. I like feeling fear because it makes me feel alive.
Now. Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
That was quick.
that's 7 seconds.
7
That's
seconds.
really dark.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's true though. Yeah.
You definitely had some loud parents for sure.
I love feeling fear.
Oh God.
All right, next question.
3.
3. Would you go back on reality TV and why?
Timer starts now.
Yes, I would, but not cooking competition. Probably be like brother or something. So
Big brother or something.
Yeah, talk about a smack on there.
Okay. 10 seconds.
10
You're
seconds.
good.
Oh.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
All right. Next
You got
question.
them answers on deck already.
4.
4. If you could go back in time to when you were on the Next Level Chef, what would you do differently and why? Timer starts now.
Nothing. I think
Nothing?
everything played out the way it did.
Okay.
I was super grateful to be there and, showed loud culture to the world, and that was my goal. It's all
Damn.
good.
Facts.
11 seconds. You're doing
11
good.
seconds. You doing it.
All right, so next question. How many questions is that? Is that 3?
That was 3 already. Yeah.
8.
8. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why? Timer starts now.
Okay, I'm gonna contemplate this one. I would think it's in between time travel and being invisible.
But why?
Because I can be invisible and hear you talk all the shit you talk. but then time travel is pretty cool too because you can go and then like change shit like hot tub time machine.
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Change shit.
That's true.
20 seconds. You gotta
You
drink
gotta
though.
take a sip though.
Motherfuckers. Cheers.
Hot tub time machine.
I love that movie.
No,
Yeah,
it is a funny
good
movie. It is a funny movie.
Yo, fun fact, I saw Craig Robinson
Oh, really?
at a club in San Diego. And I saw him and I was like, hi. And I didn't say anything. I just said, Great White Buffalo. The Great White Buffalo. and he like got the joke and he like, brought me over and then gave me a drink, gave me a hug. I said, I'm with it.
He's like, you the real one.
Yeah,
You know what? It's kind of
yeah.
funny that
The
you
Great White
actually
Buffalo.
going back to that your favorite genre. It's funny you wouldn't say comedy because comedy is what you do too.
I know.
Yeah.
But comedians are very dark.
That is true. That is true. Facts.
true.
There's
Okay.
some sadness in my soul.
Yeah.
That's for another podcast.
For another day. For another day. Okay, you got one more.
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. So, what is your favorite Lao dish and why?
Fuck you guys. Nam Khao
Nam
for
Khao.
sure. It's a crispy rice salad with fermented pork, and it's fire.
Okay.
It's crispy. It's homey. It's tasty. It has that zang with the lime. Oh my God, I want some.
I know. You're making me hungry. Damn.
It sounds good though.
Yeah.
It does sound
That's
good.
20 seconds though.
You're gonna have to take a sip.
Yeah. But I can see that why that's your favorite too. That's one of my family favorites too.
Yeah.
And I think because it takes so long to make too.
It's such a process.
Yeah, so it's better just to buy it.
Yeah, exactly. And I cooked a dinner for a rehearsal dinner for a party like 15, and I had to make that, and it took so long, and I'm like, fucking hell. But and fun fact, it was my first time making it too. But like you say, like I'm not gonna make this shit. I'm just gonna buy it. It's such a long process. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, girl, I got you. Like when my girls got married, I said, why the fuck did I say yes to this? But then like I tried it and it was so fire, and I was like so proud of myself that I made that dish.
Go through the process real quick?
Oh God.
So people who don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it as short as possible.
Yeah, I know, right?
You cook jasmine rice, right? You cook jasmine rice, you let it cool down, and then you start mixing the jasmine rice with red curry paste, some coconut. Shavings, yeah. Kefir leaves.
I didn't know about the coconut
lime
shavings.
leaves. Yeah, the coconut shaving thingy in there, and then like, you kind of season it with some fish sauce. Is that all? Why are you putting me on the spot?
You're a chef, right?
And then you put it in like little balls. So you put this rice into little balls, and you start frying the balls up so it's nice and crispy. And then and then you take it, you let it cool down for a little bit. Then you take the balls apart, so there's some crispy, there's some soft in there, blah, 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 all together. And then you mix like herbs with it, and then squeeze some lime, put more fish sauce in it, toss. Then you put somu is like fermented pork, rip it off, toss, put in a lettuce, and then fry some chili pepper, like dried chili pepper, fried crispy as fuck, put it on the lettuce. Put that shit on top, shove it in your mouth.
That does sound good though.
I wanted you to explain it because I could tell like your saliva was like getting more and more as you got to the end. That shit was funny.
When I hit chili pepper, that's like it's over. I'm drooling at this point.
That's every Lao and Thai person's favorite is the spice.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta try that. You might have to
fire.
cook it.
No. I don't know. I'm not a chef at all.
That shit takes like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah,
you can do it.
No, I'll buy it. We're gonna find a place.
Yeah.
We're gonna find a place. So yeah, thank you for playing the game.
Yeah, thank you for playing Artistry.
Thanks for setting me up.
Yeah, of course.
We should have asked some personal questions in there. Really expose you. No, that's not what we're about.
Yeah, that's not what we're about.
Right,
it's all about having fun and getting out of the element of being so serious sometimes because on Artistry Drop, it's usually about your content, and we wanted to create something outside of that where people can actually get to know you and a little bit more outside of the questions we typically ask.
Something fun.
That's
something
cool.
fun.
I had fun.
Thank you. Good. Glad you had fun.
Yes. So we're gonna go back into you. Speaking about Sabati Fest, that's how we got connected. Through the founder Salong. Can you explain what the festival is about and like how you're affiliated and how that went about?
Yes, how I'm affiliated. Ooh. Sabati Fest is gonna be amazing. Basically, it is us coming together
for the culture.
For sure. And when you think about it, right? Like, how long do we have to wait to be put on a platform or, just to put ourselves like out there like that? Right. So I think Sabati Fest is a situation where, we have a bunch of talented people, Lao, Thai, Hmong, Mien, the list goes on. And we're just creating our own opportunities, right? We're creating a place and a space where we can come together, see our artistry.
Yes, artistry.
Right?
Yes.
And drop that everywhere.
Yes. And it's just us coming together, creating opportunities ourselves, and just, doing the damn thing. Yeah. So it's going to be really cool. I am so excited. I'm going to be one of the hosts there. There are 3 of us, MCs. So I'm just going to be there like, I can't Nexus, I'm the star of the show. Shit. Let's be real. With my glasses, acting like I'm fucking a rapper and shit.
I mean, that's going to start your stand-up. Right? Give you the confidence,
Yeah, I think people are going to love that shit.
God.
You could throw a little bit of your stand up in there.
I think you should.
There will be unlimited wit from me,
for
sure. But it's gonna be music, it's gonna be art. you know, a lot of things for kids to do. So it's family friendly. And food, man. Food.
That's what I'm excited about, the food.
Yeah, it's like authentic ass, you know, vendors are coming in. Like, you know, we recruit them. Very super picky about who like the food vendors are. And it's just going to be so great, you know, and hopefully y'all get VIP tickets because, you know, there'll be some loud go-go dancers up in there.
Hey, I'm there. I'll be
John.
there for sure.
Yeah, that's
I'll be there for
facts.
sure. You're gonna get. I bet you for food. I bet you guys are gonna get all like the loud grandmas that are have all their own like little shops. They don't even have a restaurant, but they're gonna come out and be the vendor. So I know that food is gonna be fire.
Those are the best.
But I think the festival in general is like so important for the community, not only for the Southeast Asians, but for the community of Asians in general. You know, I think we don't really have anything like that. You know, 88 Rising, you know, they throw their own festival and they've done a great job, you know, promoting Asians in general. But to have our own festival, you know, is gonna hit different for sure. Yeah, and I think Sabaody Fest really has that potential to go to that extent like 88 Rising and you know eventually because this year actually Coachella and 88 Rising actually they bonded together. They did like the whole festival of Coachella was actually I don't know, like co-sponsored by 88 Rising, so that's why it was pretty big this year.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah, so I feel like we're as Asians as a community, we're on the way up, especially with K-pop, you know, now. So I feel like, you know, Sabaody Fest is gonna make a big noise.
The Southeast Asians gonna come creeping in.
We're gonna have to roll with John, get all the food.
Yes, come. It's gonna be so fun. I can't wait. You know, like there's gonna be like all the influencers and then a lot of celebrities from Laos, or they're flying in. And I just love the bridge between like Lao people and Lao American kids just coming together and like bonding and connecting. I think that's really cool because we have a glimpse of each other's lives and the experience is gonna be amazing. I'm very excited. I'm anticipating it. Like at first I was like, okay, like are people really gonna fuck with us and take us seriously? But like you know, like our VIP tickets are sold out. So it's just general admission now. But just the creativity and like the artwork, John, there's gonna be like tip cow, like, you know, the sticky rice tip cow thingy and you know, and all the flowers and then maybe some loud dresses, some loud thingies that you know, so it's just like
it's gonna be super traditional.
It's just like all senses, right? It's a visual experience, you know, music, you know, taste, all of that, you know, all your sensories are gonna be
taste of Lao.
It's gonna be on fire in a good way.
Speaking about the tip cow, there's a restaurant that opened up recently, I think last year, in downtown Seattle. I forgot what the name is called, but they made it so modern with neon lights and it's very colorful, and they made it look like Lao, like with metal chairs and everything. But they actually hang the tip cows on the ceiling
as a light,
almost like a lamp. Yeah, and then they
like
have
a lampshade.
Almost like they have lampshade, and then they also hang it in different heights, so it gives like this modern architectural look. And I'm just like, damn, this is crazy.
Dang, you're gonna have to tell me what restaurant it is so I can check it out. I just have this goal to like I would legit fly to go eat at a restaurant and then fly home. I am crazy like that.
Have you ever been to Seattle?
I've never been to Seattle.
You gotta go then.
I've never been.
Gotta go.
Gotta go for sure.
Beautiful city.
Yes,
it is. Especially
insane.
I mean, it's our hometown, so obviously we're gonna say that.
I mean, it's a lot of green. Definitely different.
It's
from
different
California.
from here. Way different.
You gotta go like when it's sunny though, maybe like in August.
Because am I gonna be like sad and crying because it's raining every day?
No, you're not. I
may be too chippy for it.
No, you'll love it. You definitely do have to go on like during the summertime. Just to get the joy of Seattle, because during this time of the year it's 30 to 40 degrees. 30 to 40 degrees. It might end up snowing in December.
Oh no.
It just randomly happens. So yeah, you definitely want to go on a day where like in the summertime.
I mean, I'm in San Diego, guys. Like the other day I went for a walk and it was crispy 62 degrees. And you know I bitched about that, you know, because I'm a San Diegesian, you know. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
They're like, girl, this is nothing. I'm like, this is everything. It's cold as fuck.
Well, yeah, you gotta check it out though. We might when we go back home. Have to go there.
Yeah, I went there twice already, and the food is really good too.
It is?
Yeah, it is good.
I need to know the name.
I got you after. I gotta search it up on my phone.
All right, cool.
Okay, so one thing I love the fact that you include humor in your like food eating content and stuff, which is different because a lot of the foodies I see on Instagram, they're being so serious.
Yes.
Like, what made you want to go a different route and create like something that has humor?
I don't think that I would like really think that, I want to create something different. I mean, I think I'm just really being myself.
Yourself, yeah.
Yeah, and then I like food, so I guess that is the Venn diagram of comedy and food. I like eating, and I like telling jokes, and if you don't laugh, I'll laugh by myself. I myself think I'm very hilarious.
Yeah.
But
No, you're like I said, your TikToks and your content in general, it is funny. I really like the one that you did comparing the lumpia and then the egg roll. That was funny.
See, did I represent you or not?
Yeah,
because I'm telling you, they came for me.
They
came for me. It's so subjective because some people are like, nope, they're both egg rolls, or some people are like, nope, they're both lumpia.
Yes.
And I just let people argue on there. And pro tip, let them argue because that is engagement.
Right. No, you said it perfectly because there are so many people like, that Filipino egg roll? You mean lumpia? Like, so many people do that shit, and I'm like, it's called a lumpia, guys. It is way different than an egg roll. Like, and there's so many variations of lumpias too that people actually play around with. Right. And like I said, it's so much because egg rolls morely have vegetables and stuff like that, versus lumpia, has the meat with, some vegetables and, stuff in it. But it's like, it's different, guys. It's not the same shit.
I knew the risk. I knew the risk posting it. Because, but then everything that all the videos I make, there is some controversy in it to where, people can talk about it. And, you have to enter with your own risk. But being a content creator, you got to welcome the hate. You got to welcome the hate.
Facts.
And just understand that, when there is hate, it just means that you have the power to grab everybody's attention, even the ones that don't like you. Yeah. And that is your power. So if you look at it that way, then you can process hate way differently. Yeah. And, you're more susceptible to it. Yeah. But it's hard out there. It's hard to be a content creator, man, because I have some friends that don't even read their comments. Some big creators that will hire somebody to read their comments and delete the negative ones. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
I see a hateful comment. I'm like, ooh, this gonna be a thread.
Come
through, motherfuckers.
You're a real one.
Yeah.
You're a real one.
So, like, going to your personality, we love the fact that you're not afraid to be yourself. I think you're really breaking the boundaries of like Asian stereotypes, where Asians are meant to be quiet ones and do what they're told. Submissive, yeah. But Lao people, they're always really loud.
Yes. Us, right?
Right. And there's always that grandma in the back, of the temple, talking a whole lot of shit, So, or our parents who beat our ass because they love you, it's so like contradiction. But like speaking about, hey, do you get a lot of backlash for being yourself on social media?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll tell you guys, Facebook, the land of the hate.
The land of the hate.
But I've gradually had success through Facebook. But in the beginning, when I was making a lot of my loud content, of course the OGs were like, "Oh my God, who does she think she is? Like, parents didn't raise her right. Like, she's so rude. Like, da da da. This stuff. And she's from Laos. Like, how is she from Laos? She's so loud and obnoxious. I get everything. I really do. But like I say, like I bring back that hate, right? Like I really have to process what that really means. I'm like, it's internal hate for me, because a lot of Lao OGs will be like, don't do that, like kachao si vao, kachao si vao, and I'm always asking, like, kachao is like the other, like people will talk or something, and I'm like, who the fuck is kachao? Who the fuck is kachao? And then they're not real people. Like kachao is really you, bro. Like you're the hater. There's nobody here but you that's hating on me, But it's crazy. But I think you just have to win them, First they become a hating ass fan. No, first they're a hater, then they're a hating ass fan, and then they become a fan. fan, you know? But I'm not gonna lie, after I got on a fucking Gordon Ramsay show, everybody was like, oh, you're so talented. I said, keep the same energy, bro. You wasn't fucking with me then. Don't try to fuck with me now. Facts. You know, like, that's not saying like, oh my God, I knew her when she was nobody, like, you know? I'm like, I'm still nobody, but okay, whatever.
Hey, there's always gonna be some fake people out there.
Exactly.
Always.
But the hate is real. But the love, it's worth it because the love is there. You build a loyal fan base, and it's just cool, you know. Like, people just really fucks with you that way because you're representing them, you know. And I just feel like I'm doing all of this is not for myself. And I used to make content for myself, right? I just wanted to be that, you know, cute Asian bitch, you know, like one selfie, like 3 apps, 2 filters, you know, like, am I cute enough? Like, nobody cares. But then when I told my friends that I wanted to be a content creator, they were like, hey, why don't you just be yourself? Like how you talk to us and stuff, like your rants and stuff, just post it. And right when I started, you know, no makeup, like, I find it funny that blah, 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 you know? Like, it's relatable. And then like people are like, wow, this is a real human, you know? And I try to share that too. And of course I try to make people laugh, but there are days when we have bad days. We have to share that too, you know? And I just try to be as authentic as possible. Like, I'm not feeling like myself today, you know? And I had seasonal depression all summer this summer was horrible for me, and I really shared that. But last week, you know, I just randomly was just smiling in my car, singing, and I don't really listen to like music when I'm sad. It's really weird. I just like listening to murder podcasts.
Murder podcast?
Damn. I love podcasts. I love podcasts.
Okay.
And I'm
just murder podcast.
Oh, murder, or like ghost stories. I will listen to ghost stories and fall asleep and then dream about it because like the bitch is narrating in my ear, and then it's happening in my head. You know, it's like the cinematography is there. I'm like, oh no.
And then you fall asleep because that's what you're imagining.
Yes, exactly.
No, I love. I mean, it's funny. Me and John, we do this podcast and we love doing it. It's just I can't listen to podcasts.
Really?
It's weird.
I don't really listen to it.
It's weird. I love doing it. It's just I don't listen to it. But you know, of course, I'll catch up on some podcasts, like some other podcasts that revolve around artistry or some random shit. I don't listen to too much like ghost podcasts. Even though I love the paranormal, I'm really into ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. It's just. Yeah, I don't know.
Y'all Filipinos got some crazy ass ghosts.
They do. We do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it's so weird to me to think still like we love doing podcasts and we do it, but I barely listen to it. Yeah, it's so weird.
I've started watching some YouTube ones. You know, just to like
if anything,
get
YouTube.
a feel. And see what other people are talking about and stuff like
Drink
that.
Champs and stuff.
Champs. I watched a lot of the Asian ones. You know, Barbell Brigade. I forgot his podcast. You know, the Kinjas.
Kinjas.
It's all about dance and stuff like that. So
Oh, you guys really do all the artistry stuff. I used to listen to a lot of like self-help podcasts, and then I realized that it's not like really reality, you know, like they're not talking about their downs. They're always talking about like, here are the 5 steps to be successful. And I'm like, nah, you gotta go through, like there are ups and downs in life. So then I started listening to a lot of like audiobooks, biographies, autobiographies like that to see that, you know, people that are great, they have their ups and downs, you know, they can be sad, they do fail and all that. So then I was like, I really got into like the failure and redemption podcasts and stuff. So I listened to drug addiction podcasts, like, you know, and just like listening to it, you know, it's like I have a problem or anything. Not that I just finished my damn drink. I am borderline probably an alcoholic, but like just how people get out of situations, you know, what people do when they want to fight for themselves or to have a better life, like stuff like that. I like listening to adversity, I guess, because it just shows character. It shows, you know, like triumph and it's real, you know, and it's real. And it's just like, oh, it's okay. And sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, my life is not that bad, bitch. Stop complaining. You know? I'm like, damn. Sometimes I'm like, damn, bitch, you've been through some shit.
But I think that's important as far as like inspiration and motivation as well, because, you know, you really learn from your mistakes, but also learning from other mistakes, from other people's mistakes, and really resonating with their mistakes and comparing it to yourself, and you're like, oh shit, you know, if they went through that, I could get over whatever I'm going through. You know,
it's very important. I think it's very important, and I think it's unrealistic. When in my early 20s, I read all the self-help books, and then I felt like when I was down, I couldn't find guidance to how to deal with it. So I started listening to a lot of that, like adversity, trauma, all that stuff, because shit, we can talk about childhood trauma, John. You too, yeah, we all Southeast Asian here. I swear to God, Southeast Asian, we need a discount for therapy. I swear, like, the government gotta be like,
No, like, I definitely, sure. I know podcasts do help quite a bit of people and you know stuff like that. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's just weird to me still, like, to think. I just don't listen to it.
Maybe because you work on it, because you know, even chefs and stuff too. We were talking because like my whole all the contestants, we have a group chat. We talk every day. We're like we became really good friends. Yeah, and we were talking about like, you know, what chefs eat and stuff. And they're like, bitch, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I couldn't, you know, like the fanciest stuff. Yeah, you know. And then it's like I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Because like sometimes when you work in it, you're just like, God, I'm over it. Just give me fuel and shut the fuck up. You know, sometimes chefs be doing that. So I understand how you can be. You're like, I bust my ass doing this damn podcast. I want to listen to one more.
Facts.
No, that is facts. Yeah.
Well, you know, going back into like you being a chef, one thing I really noticed on your social media is you haven't like done too many like recipe tutorials or you know, showing the process. Yes. Is that something you think you're gonna get into eventually, or you're gonna just kind of like toss it off and not even try it?
I am. Everybody always asks me. I am gonna get into it. It's just freaking hard to edit everything. I hate it. So, you know, would I rather edit a whole fucking thing, or would I just eat pho for 20 seconds and go viral anyways?
That's
you know,
nice.
like, come on, think about it, right? But I mean, yes, I am doing the lazy way out. A lot of people call me out. A lot of my fans are like, hey, you're a chef. Like, I need more recipes. And then they're like, I've been watching the same 5 recipes that you've done. Like, make a new recipe. It just takes forever, guys. Like, truly, it's work.
No,
truly,
it is.
And if anybody understands, it's y'all. Like, the editing. The editing.
It's tedious.
It's tedious.
And then if you hire somebody, it's just like, oh, it's not how I like it. I don't know what to say. Like, you know, and I'm just like, I don't know. I just can't. I'm just going to do this shit myself. And that's my toxic trait too. My toxic trait is not delegating. And I need a team. Like, you know, the amount of work that I do, I need a team. I know I'm a one-woman show right now, and it's just like, it's a lot.
Hard.
Yeah, but thanks for calling me out, Corey.
Appreciate it. Of course, you're welcome. So appreciate you answering it.
So I want to talk a little bit about your own business. You know, Stir Fry Master, which you meal prep, which is a meal prep service, kind of like Freshly or Every Table, but with Lao food.
Yeah.
You know, what made you want to start something like that in the first place?
Yeah, well, when I said in the beginning, I was sitting in my corporate desk, right? I'm like in my cubicle. I'm like, how the fuck do I make money from these motherfuckers? Because, you know, motherfuckers were making a lot of money in that office. And I'm like, how do I get a piece of that? So that's how it started. And like I said, through the pandemic, all the restaurants were closed. So people were ordering from me nightly instead of weekly. And it's really cool. I mean, I do want to phase out to like private chefing it like 100% of the time, because I just don't feel like, you know, my food should be readily available for everybody, because I feel like there's art in it, you know, and like there's love and it's an experience. So I think like my meal prep business, I do love it very much. It's cool, and I have my regular clients, and you know, sometimes I'm like, I'm not accepting new clients, and that is a blessing to have, right? Because I mean, I went from pushing out giveaways and giving out free food to being selective with my clients, and it's a very beautiful thing. But once I dipped my toes into private chefing and creating that experience, I'm in the kitchen, I'm entertaining, and people are tasting my food live, and it's freshly, you know, off the wok. Like it's a different experience, and just making people feel happy like that is so cool, you know. And I just want to do things to where I can just see people's reactions and just bond with people through food.
That'd be dope.
So
do you think you'll open up your own restaurant one day?
Oh God, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've had like a couple of investors come to me and like want to throw money at me and just be like, open a restaurant, open your own place. But for me, I feel like the true thing for me is luxury is time, right? Or being able to like just, you know, go up and fly anywhere, you know? And I feel like if I have a restaurant, I'm not going to be able to do that, and I don't want to get tied down.
Yeah.
They would talk to me about commitment issues.
Okay.
But
you can have other people work for you.
I
and
know
not have
that
to
is
be there.
true. That is true. That is true. Yes,
Yeah.
you do make a great point there.
Yeah.
Do I want like a physical place where people can experience my food? I will say yes. I'm considering it.
Okay.
I'm considering it, but I don't know.
Hey, well, you know what? If you do, you know, we're gonna be hitting that restaurant soon.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll always be there. So, you know, when it comes to cooking, this is one of my last questions. When it comes to cooking, do you cook a wide variety of foods, or do you kind of stay within like the Asian culture?
I cook a mean ass pasta too. Don't get me wrong.
He's like, I want to know if you're actually a chef or you're only cooking.
No, because of course, you know, your food content definitely revolves more around like Lao food. So,
Hell
like,
yeah.
you know, is that something you tend to stick with? Is Lao food, or like
Yes,
you're
I
kind
do
of all
it.
around?
I try to stick to Lao food because, you know, not like playing it safe, but really that's what needs more attention, you know? And I do foresee, like, if you go to hashtag Lao food movement, like, I feel like in 5 to 10 years, you know, Lao food is going to be in. Padek is going to be in. Everybody's going to want some of that.
Right.
And
Not
I
everyone
just
can handle it.
Yeah. But
I gotta try it still.
No, you've had it.
I've had it.
Yeah,
it's in papaya salad.
yeah, it's in
Super
papaya-
It's in
stinky.
papaya salad.
Yeah.
The stinky.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, the
okay.
stinky. Oh, the stinky.
I know. As long as you say that, I know
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Stinky
Yes.
fish sauce.
Yeah,
Stinky fish sauce,
yeah,
yes. But I think it's all gonna be in, and I feel like I need to keep pushing that because those are one of my goals, you know. So yes, I tend to stick to Lao food because that's what I know best. 1 and 2, because I'm pushing the culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do pastas, I do New American,
Yeah.
But you know, I'm never gonna marinate steak with salt and pepper. I'm sorry, I'm just never gonna fucking do that. That shit needs some soy sauce. That shit needs some oyster sauce. Okay, a little bit of sugar. All right,
sugar.
like.
Another thing too is like when it comes to like Asian cultured food, I think there are specific ingredients people usually stick with, right? But and then there are those that kind of play around with different ingredients. Do you
Yeah.
think it's offensive to ruin like the original ingredients that should be in Asian food instead of like playing around and try to figure out, oh, this tastes better? Like,
Shit. You're talking to the OGs right there.
I know.
You're gonna
because
hurt
I
all
feel
the
like
OGs.
I feel like it's a thing, but you know, with
Does it-
Filipino food, it's like you can't play around, especially with lumpia. Like people come up with
Yeah.
different kinds of lumpia, so I wanted to get
yeah.
your take on like, do you think it's almost the same way with like just general Asian food?
I would lie to you that I would lie to you if I said I wasn't offended. I mean, sometimes I just like to keep things authentic as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I fucking hate fusion. Sorry, guys.
Right.
I fucking hate fusion.
Right.
Like, I don't, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, even some of the investors like, yeah, you can do, like, fusion now. Shut the fuck up. No.
We ain't doing that.
But I understand.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it, right? I mean, we're in America, and I understand the creativity behind that, you know? And I do like remixes and stuff like that. Like, you know, one of my videos I made Aguachile Lao style, which is basically turning it into a type of lap because I had the grounded rice powder and the lemongrass and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm open to it, but it really offends me if it's an authentic dish. Like, imagine if somebody like just remixed kapun, you know, and I'm like, why the fuck would you fuck it up like that, you know?
Right.
I get offended.
I think you've
But-
had kapun. It's like the red curry.
The red
I
curry,
think so.
I
I
think
think so.
vermicelli.
Yeah, I think so.
Vermicelli noodle?
Yeah, I think so.
Shit's
Is it
bomb.
vermicelli or vermicelli, guys? What do you guys
I think
think?
it's vermicelli.
I think it's
I think it's
vermicelli.
vermicelli too,
Yeah.
because I'm like, Vietnamese are not Italian. Like, what the shit
Yeah,
come
I think
from?
it's vermicelli. But
Yeah,
vermicelli.
vermicelli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, appreciate you answering that question because it was also something I kind of thought of. You know, like
How about you? Do you find it offensive or do you like the
I don't know.
fusion?
For me, I think fusion is cool because I'm not too like stuck on. I'm whatever tastes good, I'm good with.
Yeah,
That's how it
yeah.
is for me. You know, like I'm not.
I mean, he's white and Filipino. He is fusion.
Yeah, you are fusion.
That is
Yeah.
facts. I am fusion. So I guess maybe
That's
that's.
awesome.
I guess maybe that's why it's not a big deal to me. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I just had a question. I had to question you on that because of obviously you're Asian and you cook Asian food. So I wanted to get your take on it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Appreciate you answering that.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot, maybe other people like wondered as well, you know. So
I mean, yeah, because I'm kind of a hypocrite that way because I will do things Lao style, you know.
Yeah,
I will
that's true. Yeah.
Like I made a lap burger. Like, so basically, I seasoned the patty like lap style, you know. So and then sometimes lap is like ground chicken or ground beef, and that's what I did. So it's like I do things like that, but but I guess I'm selfish that way. I'm gonna like Lao it out, or nothing. I'm so rude. God, don't post this section. Like, it's so contradictory.
It's all good.
But that's what you like.
The
comments.
Facts.
The comments are gonna go.
Yes.
The engagement.
Yes. Facts.
I'm gonna get shit for this.
We all are.
Hey, we come to the end of our podcast. We really appreciate you coming through. Talking about your artistry, the chef and chefing you and all that stuff. Thank you once again. But before we do end the show, we usually end with some advice. So, what advice would you give to the next generation trying to become a chef?
Just do your thing, man, or whatever you want to do. Just do your thing, put your time into it. Ask for what you deserve all the time. If opportunities come up, don't be scared.
Yeah.
And if you never ask, the answer is always no. So.
And then, are there any shout outs you'd like to give to our viewers?
Yes, purchase Sobriety tickets.
Hey, let's go.
Sobriety Fest tickets at sobrietyfest.com. It's going to be really cool. We're going to all be bonding, and it's going to be a beautiful and great time.
It's a vibe.
And just shout out to, everybody that's doing their thing and busting their ass and, crying in the bathroom secretly. Like, I feel you, I see you, and just keep going, never give up.
Facts. Where on social media can our viewers find you?
At a baby. Okay. I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. I am on TikTok.
Hey, let's fucking go. And we're gonna drop all your social media into the description below, guys. But
thank you.
Hey, thank you again for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, it's Artistry Drop. If you're not following us on Instagram, you can find us at the Artistry Drop. And if you prefer just listening, you can stream all our episodes on all major podcast platforms. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.